Yeah, a very good morning to dear students. In yesterday's lecture, we have finished with the architectures that we have studied peer-to-peer network and client-server architecture. Okay, and after that, the next architecture that we are going to study in today's lecture is what? Software-defined network. Okay, so under this software-defined network, as I already told you, three layers are there. One is the physical layer. Physical layer means you can say hardware part is there. One middleware is there, and that is called as the control panel. And the last one that is called as application layer, where exactly the data is transferred. Okay, so three type of layers are there in software defined network. Okay, the first layer is your hardware layer, middle layer is your control layer, and the upper layer is called as what? Application layer. That is nothing but the layer where the data is actually going to be transmitted. Okay, so this is what the architecture of software defined network. So in software defined network, as I already told you, the activities are defined with the help of software. This is agile methodology. So I think so all of you are in a question mark. Sir, what exactly the agile methodology is? Agile methodology is the methodology in which the software team is going to adapt the different methodologies as per the change in requirement from the customer, and that product is delivered within a time by that means changing the requirement, or by having the flexibility in delivering the content. Means they are very flexible in agile methodology. If there is a change, then immediate change will be there in the work style. Okay, यानी अगर कुछ भी change client ने same change will be reflected, and accordingly the team will start working. Okay, so it is not like that ki the rigid structure is there. Rigid structure in the sense what? The traditional structure. Once the requirement is there, then I will work according to requirement only. This is not the case in agile methodology. So software defined network is working on the agile technology also. So remember, as there is a change in requirement, again there is a change in what? The methodology, that the methodology in the working style. Okay, तो immediately वो क्या होता है वहां पे change किया जाता है. So this is all about what? Software defined architecture. As I already told you, three layers are there. Infrastructure layer is nothing but hardware layer. Control layer is there, that will control the activities. That's why it is called as software defined. And the upper layer is called as application layer, where the application is actually, that means the peoples are going to interact with the application layer directly. Okay, what is the goal of this? The goal of this is to shape the traffic. As yesterday only I told you, the traffic is shaped with the help of what? Software. Okay, so the software is defined in such a way that if the traffic on one of the network is more, then this particular software defined network will traffic the total, will shape the total traffic. Okay, by using that particular software, that is the middle layer control panel. Okay, then in this case, the key technology for software development, software defined network implementation are the functional separation, network virtualization, and automation. Okay, means you are separating the functionality, as the layer already told us. The control layer is separate one, infrastructure layer is separate one, and application layer is separate one. That means the functionality is separated. Then virtualization is there. What is virtualization? Student, this is one of the most widely used concept nowadays, and if you are, you will get the very good job in networking profile. Okay, so what is virtualization? Remember, we are having only single physical network. अपने पास एक ही single server है. Okay, but we are making the multiple logical server from that. Then that is called as virtualization. अभी आप बोलोगे सर, what is physical server? What is logical server? Remember, physical server is a single device. Physical server is a single device. But what is logical? That single server is divided into 100 more server is called as virtualization. ओके, यानी दिखते हो आपको दिखता है कि वहां पे 100 सर्वर है, लेकिन एट द बैक एंड, ओके, अगर आप मिरर के पीछे जाके अगर देखेंगे तो ओनली वन फिजिकल सर्वर इज देयर. ओके, ओनली वन फिजिकल सर्वर इज देयर. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज virtualization. So virtualization is very powerful. Another example of virtualization nowadays you are observing, if you are visiting the big mall in the cities, then in that cities one augmented reality concept is there, one play station is there. Okay, जहाँ पे बच्चे छोटे छोटे बच्चे गेम्स खेलते हैं. Okay, in that case the goggles are there. Okay, when you are going to wear the goggles, at that time the whole world will look like a 3D. Okay, those animals are coming to you. वो एनिमल्स आपके पास आते हैं एंड दे आर गोइंग टू इंटरेक्ट विथ यू, आपके बिल्कुल आंखों के सामने रहते हैं, वेरी क्लोज टू यू. सो दैट टाइप ऑफ कंसेप्ट इज कॉल्ड एज नेटवर्क वर्चुअलाइजेशन. सो सिमिलरली इन केस ऑफ नेटवर्क वर्चुअलाइजेशन, व्हाट हैपन? A single server is divided into 100, 1000, 500 or 2000 small server is called as virtualization. Okay, that is the power of virtualization. Then what is the concept? We will see in the detail in technical language, because concept I already told you. The software, the hardware part or the system administrator is managing the thing with the help of software. That's why it is called as software defined network. So in software defined network is a computer networking that allows the administrator to manage networking services through abstraction of higher level functionality. Okay, वो manage करता है आपकी network यानी जो network services होती है through the abstraction of higher level functionality. Higher level को पता भी नहीं रहता है कि ये functionality lower level में या middle में काम कर रही है, और उस वजह से आपका क्या होता है, working done किया जाता है. This work is done by decoupling the system that make the decision about the traffic sent. That's why the two planes are there. One is control plane and another one is the data plane. Okay, so यहाँ पे क्या किया जाता है? Instead of having a single architecture, your whole architecture is decoupled in three ways. One is the lower plane, that is called as your infrastructure plane. Another upper middle layer plane is called as control plane, where all controlling is done, and the upper layer is called as data plane. Okay, so that just remember that particular part. The SDN requires some method for control plane to communicate with the data plane. So SDN के अंदर कुछ methods define की जाती है, that is going to communicate with what? Data plane. Such mechanism is called as open flow. उस mechanism को क्या बोला जाता है? Open flow. So remember, this is control plane and this is data plane. So इसके अंदर जो communication होता है through API, okay, that is called as what? Software defined architecture. Always remember, students. Separate control plane and data plane entities are there that will handle the network very intelligently and very logically. Okay, execute or run the control plane software on the general purpose hardware. You are running that particular software on the hardware, and that will give us more and more functionality. Have a programmable data plane. As I already told you, let's say in managed switches, in a previous lecture I already told you, in managed switches, what happen? You can configure the switch as per your requirement. Let's say I am having 24 port switch. मेरे पास 24 port का switch है, and in that 24 port switches, first 8 port I want to configure on 100 Mbps. Next 8 port I want to configure on 1000 Mbps. And next 8 port I want to configure on 10 Mbps. Can you imagine, student? That means all ports you are able to configure. आप वो सभी सॉफ्टवेयर के ports क्या कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे configure कर रहे हैं, and because of that configuration, what happen? You are able to control the traffic. Another example at some larger extent I will give you. Let's say I want to communicate with what? America. Okay, but I don't want to transfer my traffic through the Pakistan gateway. Okay, or I don't want to transfer that particular traffic through China gateway. So can you imagine? That particular traffic is managed with the help of software defined network. आप लोग सॉफ्टवेयर के थ्रू क्या कर सकते हैं? आपका डेटा पाकिस्तान या चाइना के बॉर्डर को क्रॉस करके आप लोग क्या कर सकते हैं? आगे भेज सकते हैं. So this is all about what? Software defined network. Okay, so just remember this concept, software defined network. Okay, then what? Dynamic manageable software is always dynamic, as you know. Okay, software can be reconfigurable as per the demand of clients. Then directly programmable, as I already told you, you can configure the switches, you can configure the port by changing their transmission and receiving capacity to make it 1000 Mbps, make it 100 Mbps, make it 10 Mbps. Agile, as I already told you, there is a huge changes are there in agile methodology, and this is one of the hottest technology nowadays in companies. Most of the companies nowadays are working on agile only. Okay, आपको शायद अग्रवाल सर पढ़ाएंगे concepts of agile, waterfall method, incremental model. Okay, so all those models are there, and among that agile methodology is one of the strongest one, and on that basis customer is satisfied. Okay, because the ultimate goal of all companies or ultimate goal of all businesses is what? Customer should be satisfied. Okay, so agile methodology is using software defined network, centrally managed, programmable, easily you can configure the things, open standard. Okay, and vendor neutral. ये open standard है, open source softwares are designed, इसका कोई cost नहीं लगता है. So this is what the beauty of software defined network. The next one is the OSI model. Okay, so if you observe here the OSI model, in that case what happens, students? In OSI model, as I already told you, this is called as open system interconnection. Open system interconnection. And what is TCP/IP model? TCP/IP stand for transmission control protocol / internet protocol. Okay, model, उस model को बोला जाता है, this is the long form or acronym of OSI and TCP/IP model. So both these models plays a great role nowadays in the networking. So you should be very, very familiar with these models, because if you know these models very well, then and then you understand the computer network or computer architecture. Otherwise, आप लोग कितना भी पढ़ो, but you don't know the how layer work, how the model work, then there is no meaning in that. Okay, so first we will see the OSI model. Before going into the PPT, into the depth, I will show you some animations, and through that animations, the concept will get more and more clear. Okay.
Interconnection, that is OSI model, is an nationally recognized set of standards developed by the International Standards Organization, that is ISO, for communication between computer systems. The OSI model is a conceptual model that has 7 layers. Each layer of the OSI model performs distinct functions on the data in accordance with the previous layer functions. The different layers of the OSI model are physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, application layer. Click Next to continue. Physical layer is the first or the bottommost layer of the OSI model. This layer is used to establish or terminate a connection to a communication medium. It also defines the electrical and mechanical specifications like cables, connectors, and signaling options of the medium. Physical layer receives data from the upper layer called the data link layer. It converts the received data into bit stream. The data is then transmitted through the medium to the receiver. At the receiving end, physical layer receives the data in bit format. It forwards the data to the data link layer. The responsibilities of the physical layer are media characteristics. It defines the characteristics of the interface that is used for connecting the devices. Encoding. It defines the type of encoding being used. Transmission rate. It defines the transmission rate of bits. Defines the transmission mode between two devices. The transmission mode specifies the direction of signal flow. Defines the way in which devices are connected to the appropriate link. Defines how the devices are connected to form a network. Click Next to continue.
Student, this is all about physical. I already told you in yesterday's lecture how to remember all these layers. Please do not throw sauces and pizza away. P stand for physical layer, D stand for data link layer, N stand for network layer, T stand for transport layer, S stand for session layer, then P stand for presentation, and last one is the application layer. So this is the lowest layer. Okay, the first layer or bottom layer is called as what? Physical layer. So there may be the question in oral, which one is the first layer of OSI model? Your answer is always physical layer. Okay, because you are always starting from the bottom. Always remember, physical layer is defining the mode of transmission. Means in that case, you people are able to understand which type of media is used, guided or unguided. So guided media is nothing but the cables through which your data is transferred, and unguided media is nothing but the air through which the data is transferred. Guided medias are having dedicated path and unguided medias are having what? non-dedicated part, data is transferred through air and reach to the destination. Okay, so physical layer is carrying the long stream of bits 01010101. It only carries the long stream of bits. Okay, and that particular long stream of bits and then sent to the data link layer, and then the data link layer work start. Okay, so physical layer is the first layer with what working with transmission medium. So this is all about the physical layer. Okay, physical layer is always working on your transmission media like cables and your wireless media like air. So this is what the beauty of physical layer. Then we will go for the another layer, or the next layer is called as data link layer. Data link layer का काम क्या होता है? It divides the packets. It divides the data into small bit of chunks. 8 bit ka data, 16 bits of data, then 32 bits of data. That means long stream of data which is received from the physical layer is now converted into what? 8 bit, 16 bit, 32 bit of stream of data. That is the role of data link layer. Another part is flow control. It will control the flow of data also. ओके नहीं तो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि डेटा 1000 MBPS के स्पीड से आ रहा है और रिसीवर एंड में वो 10 MBPS स्पीड से जा रहा है. सो फ्लो कंट्रोल इज अगेन द रिस्पांसिबिलिटी ऑफ डेटा लिंक लेयर. अगेन वन मोर रिस्पांसिबिलिटी ऑफ डेटा लिंक लेयर इज व्हाट? टू फाइंड आउट द एरर एंड रिकवर द एरर. Okay, that means identifying the error and recovering the error is again one more responsibility of data link layer. Now have a look.
Data link layer handles data transfer between the network and physical layers. It receives data from the network layer, adds a header and trailer to the data, and passes data to the physical layer. At the receiver, it receives data from the physical layer, removes the header and trailer, and passes the data to the network layer. The responsibilities of the data link layer are: framing. It organizes the bits into data units called frames. Physical addressing. It adds header to the frame which contains the physical address of the sender and/or receiver. Access control. It provides access to the link to a single device. Flow control. It synchronizes the rate of transmission between two nodes. Error control. If a frame is corrupted, the data link layer retransmits it. It also prevents frame duplication. This is accomplished using the trailer. Click Next to continue.
Okay, so very crystal clear idea is given. There are two types of two end nodes are there. One is sender and another one is the receiver. When you are transmitting the data from sender end, then that data will transfer from physical layer to data link layer and from data link layer to network. When the data is received on the receiver side, then data will go to physical layer first, then data will go to data link layer. That means on both sides, these particular layers are there, and the role of that particular layers are nothing but flow control, error control, creating the frames. As I already told you, the long chunk of data is divided into what? 8 bit, 16 bit of frames. Okay, and that is the responsibility of data link layer. Okay, so on transmitter side, it is having the flow in different way, and on receiver side, it is having the flow on the different way. So this is what the role of data link layer. Okay, so synchronization is again very important, because if you are having the bucket having capacity of 15 liters of water, but you are having 25 liters of water, then it is not possible to fit that 25 liters of water into the 15 liter of bucket. So the bucket should have the capacity on both the sides should be 15 liters. So accordingly, that particular flow is also controlled by the data link layer. Okay, now we will go and one more part is discussed here, that is physical address. So student, always remember, I will show you how to check out the physical, because two addresses are there. One is logical address, that is called as IP address, and the another address is called as physical address. Okay, so how to check the physical address of any system, that also I will show you here. Through command also you are able to find out the physical address, and through the control panel also you are able to find out the physical. Through command prompt I will show you first. Press Windows R, then go to command prompt, type CMD here. Once the command prompt is open, then here you have to type ipconfig command. Okay, just give the enter. Sorry, spelling is IP config. So when you are clicking on IP config, have a look. Two addresses are there. Okay. So if you observe, this is IPv6. We will go for IPv4. Okay. V4 also. See here. Here, if you observe, this is the IPv6 address. I will teach you later on what is IPv6 address and all. Okay. Then if you observe here, the IPv6 address is visible. Then the another address is called as logical address. Okay. IPv4 address. Okay. So this is IPv4 address. Then the next one is the subnet mask. What is subnet mask and all that we will cover in the next lectures. Okay. Subnet mask. And then next one is the default gateway. Okay. So this type of address is called as physical address. इस एड्रेस को बोला जाता है फिजिकल एड्रेस. ओके. एंड एवरी कंप्यूटर इज हैविंग द 48 बिट ऑफ फिजिकल एड्रेस. हर कंप्यूटर को फिजिकल एड्रेस 48 बिट का होता है. ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, लॉजिकल एड्रेस मींस 10.1. दिस एड्रेस इज चेंजेबल. दिस एड्रेस इज changeable. That means this is the logical one. But physical address are not changeable. Physical address are the fixed and they are having the size of 48 bits. I will show you how to check the physical addresses. Go click on the network option. Go down. See here. If you observe, see, this is what the physical address, MAC address. Okay. This is also called as MAC address. So physical address, hardware address, MAC address, all are same. This MAC address is there on the NIC card. Okay. And this is 48 bit address. Okay. See here, 48 bits means 1 octet, second octet, octet means 8 bit, third octet, fourth octet, fifth octet, and sixth octet means total 6 octets are there, and every octet is having 8 bits. So 8 6 are 48, and this address is not changeable. Always remember, student, this address is not changeable because this is the physical one. And who is taking the responsibility of physical address? Data link layer. So data link layer is responsible to identify the physical address. One more task I will give you. As everyone is having mobile nowadays, so you people share the physical address of your mobile on my personal wall. Okay. Just capture the screenshot and share the physical address of your my WhatsApp. Okay. This is what the task which is given to you. So data link layer always maintain the physical address. So whatever switch we have studied in the packet tracer, that packet tracer switch is maintaining the physical address, or that is called as MAC address. Okay. So physical address is not changeable. Logical address is changeable. Physical address is 48 bit. Logical address is 32 bit. Logical address is 32 bit. Always remember. Okay. So every device is having the physical address, and only unique address is there in the total world. पूरे वर्ल्ड में एक ही फिजिकल एड्रेस बनाया जाता है, वो 32 बिट का होता है. दैट एड्रेस इज नॉट चेंजेबल. वो एड्रेस बार बार चेंज नहीं होता है. ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दिस. ओके. सो फिजिकल एड्रेस इज नॉट चेंजेबल, बट लॉजिकल एड्रेस इज changeable. Okay. Now next one is the network layer.
Network layer is the third layer of the OSI model. The data unit at this layer is known as a packet. The network layer is not needed if the two communicating devices lie on the same network. However, when the two devices are on different networks, network layer is essential for the source to destination delivery of packets. The network layer receives data from the transport layer. It adds a header to the data and passes data to the data link layer. At the receiver side, network layer receives data from data link layer. It detaches the header from the data and passes data to the transport layer. The responsibilities of the network layer are logical addressing. It adds header to the data that includes the logical address, that is IP address, of the source and destination. Routing. It defines a proper route for the packets to reach the destination. Routing can be of two types, static or dynamic. Handling congestion issues. It is the responsibility of the network layer to control any congestion problems that may result due to excess traffic. Internetworking. It keeps a check on the interconnectivity of different networks. Internetworking means connecting two or more computer networks together. Click Next to continue.
So student, this is one of the most layer in your computer networking. Network layer के ऊपर, okay, one of the device is working that is called as router. So router is always working on what net, and the responsibility of router is to route the data. Okay, network layer, the data which is received from the data link layer, which is transmitted to the network layer. Network layer is taking the responsibility of IP address that is called as logical address and having 32-bit of size. Data link layer is having responsibility to carry the 48-bit of address that is called as the MAC address. So always remember students, physical address, cables are working, data link layer, switches are working, and your network layer, routers are working. Okay, so on 3 different layers, 3 different devices are working. IP address is the responsibility. That means logical address, 32-bit wala address is the responsibility of your network layer. 48-bit wala address that is called as the MAC address is the responsibility of data link layer. And carrying the data in only raw stream is the responsibility of your physical layer. So if you observe, as we are moving from physical layer to data link layer, from data link layer to your network layer, the responsibility of layers goes on increasing. What is the responsibility? Again, check the internetworking. In the first practical, I told you the 2 different IP addresses are not able to communicate. But when router comes into the picture, if the IP addresses of different network is also there, then that is going to be communicated. Okay, because it is not always the case the whole world is connected on the single IP address of class A, class B, or class C, because we are having the limited IP addresses. So in that case, if the IP addresses are different, then also they are going to communicate with each other with the help of router, and router is playing the great role of NAT, that is called as network address translation. Okay, that is the responsibility of NAT. So router ke andar NAT hota hai, and that network address translation is taking the responsibility of what? Converting or making in, that means make your 2 networks of different IP addresses to be in communication with each other. So that is what the beauty of network layer. Network layer के ऊपर packets बनते हैं. Always remember, packets are formed at the network layer, frames are formed at the data link layer, and the raw data is formed at the physical layer. Okay, now we'll proceed towards the next layer, and that next layer is, tell me, which one is the next layer, students? Anyone? Which one is the next layer? Be fast.
Transport
layer. Very good. Next layer is transport layer. Okay, see.
Transport layer is the 4th layer of the OSI model. The data unit at this layer is known as a segment. The transport layer ensures that the entire message reaches in order and handles error control and flow control at the source to destination level. Transport layer receives data from the session layer. It divides the data into segments and passes these segments to the network layer. At the receiver, it receives packets from the network layer. It detaches headers from them, reassembles the segments into the original message, and passes that message to the session layer. The responsibilities of the transport layer are service point addressing. It transfers data from a specific process on one computer to a specific process on another computer. Segmentation and reassembly. It reassembles the segments of the message at the receiver end. Connection control. It provides either connection-oriented or connection-less service. Flow control. It performs flow control, which takes place end-to-end. Error control. It also performs error checking, which takes place end-to-end. Segments are retransmitted to achieve error correction. Click Next to continue.
So students, always remember one more responsibility that is added on the transport layer. That is what? Create the segments. That means whatever packets are there on the network layer, those packets are now converted to segments. That means one more header is attached. If you observe this H4, H3, H2, so all are the headers. यानी सिर्फ डेटा नहीं ट्रांसमिट होता है, along with the data, these headers are also attached. And when you are attaching the headers, that will give more and more functionality to that particular data. So as I already told you, the data link layer having the responsibility of flow control as well as error control. But always remember that particular error control and flow control is at the basic level at data link layer. But for end-to-end flow control and error control, end-to-end means what? Directly to source and directly to destination. So that kind of end-to-end flow and error control responsibility is taken care by transport layer. Transport layer is working with the two protocols, that is TCP and UDP protocol. So these TCP and UDP protocols are connection oriented protocol and connection less protocol. As I already told you, whenever there is a connection, security and reliability of transmission of data is more. And whenever there is a connection less system, that means connection are not there, data is transmitted through the error, that is called as UDP type of protocol, and that is unreliable. No guarantee of data delivery. Okay, so that particular error checking, control checking, flow control, then congestion control, all these are the responsibilities of transport layer end to end. So segments are formed at the transport layer. So many more protocols are there that we will see in that particular unit, because students, remember, in your curriculum, your every unit, every layer is nothing but your one unit. So can you imagine the depth of every layer? Every layer के ऊपर एक unit बनाया आपका, okay, and that is the beauty of these particular layers. That's why you need to understand the functionality of all layers one by one very well. Okay.
Session layer is the fifth layer of the OSI model. This layer establishes, manages, synchronizes, and terminates connection between the computers. It also sets up, coordinates, and terminates interactions and dialogues between communicating devices. It provides either half-duplex or full-duplex service. Session layer receives data from the presentation layer. It adds a header and synchronization bits to the data and passes data to the transport layer. At the receiver side, session layer receives data from the transport layer. It detaches header and synchronization bits from the data and passes data to the presentation layer. The responsibilities of the session layer are: dialogue control. It sets up sessions between devices. Control is exercised by using a token. Only the user that has the token can send data. Synchronization. It synchronizes the sessions. Synchronization bits are added for this purpose. Click Next to continue.
Students, remember, this particular layer is very, very crucial, because all login and logouts, as you already know, you are going to log into the system, then you are log out from your Gmails also, then you are logging to the Zoom, then you are log out from the Zoom. So all these responsibilities are taken care by session layers. Okay, and on session layer, one socket concept is there. Important that means 2-3 practicals are there in your curriculum based on the socket. Okay, so that particular socket is work on the session layer, and login, logout time synchronization. Okay, all these activities are carried out by this particular session layer. That is the beauty of this particular session layer. So with this, we will stop on the session layer, and we will continue with the next layers in the tomorrow's lecture. Okay.